What you mean?
Like my type of rap is like NoR, gangster rap, cushy shit. I don't know.
You're gonna have to say that again though on the podcast.
Normal, but I would say I want to subscribe to.
Don't answer her.
Right.
Wait till.
Just wait, because
What's wrong with you?
I was whispering. It was a secret.
that's a good question for the podcast. If you say you didn't have no questions, you can go instead.
Well, I wanted to know which direction to go. You could ask them. Could have been the starter question.
Right, and then
Yeah, keep it authentic. You know what I'm saying?
I'll ask him again because he really don't know the answer. He said normal, right?
Of human nature, because the only real danger that exists is man himself. He is the great danger, and we are pitifully underworld.
I know you said that you'd be coming home soon, yeah. Oh, I wanna be near my Lord.
All of my niggas is tryna survive. Find a bad bitch to walk down that aisle. Leave a little something behind for they child. Can't break that curse with a 9 to 5. So we on the block from 5 to 9. Tell her beat up and just watch me glide. It's that real shit, let it ride. Listen closely, don't you touch that dial. They make that nigga right before my eyes. Can't remember the last time I cried. Out the tears flowing like the Nile River. Blood dripping, saw the puddle ripple. White folks still in denial.
Welcome to Consequences of Our Culture podcast. Honestly, this is our third take. We're here to introduce a very special musical artist who is sure to be a household name very soon. But I'm going to spare you the extra stuff. My name's Randall.
I'm Stephanie.
I'm Amber.
And today we have a guy that's known for popular hits such as Spill Street, Fire, and Run It. You may know him as the Big R2. He's one of the last true poets. Let's give it up for NoR.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Yep.
Thank you for having me. First of all.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, brothers?
You know what I'm saying? This is it's a pleasure because this is my first interview ever. So
I'm fine.
Yay.
Okay. We don't have that many interviews either.
yeah,
But I guess it's a learning experience for both of us.
man, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gave me a platform, so I appreciate it. It's
Most
love.
definitely, man. But so at what point in life did you decide to be a hip hop artist?
Oh man, the point I decided to take it serious was probably I said like 2019, 2020, somewhere around there.
Oh, and
Very recent, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, we all got to get our start somewhere. So, was there a catalyst to were you like at a concert and you was looking, it's like, man, this some basic ass shit. I could do this shit.
Like, it's no. It's a whole story to the way that I encountered making music. You know what I'm saying? But I've always been a lover of music, a lover of hip hop ever since I was a kid.
Okay. How do you make music?
Well, what do you mean?
Like you said, there's a whole story to the way that you like encountered making music.
Yeah. Well, what I meant was like, so I never grew up saying I'm gonna be a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
That was never my MO at all. Actually, I wanted to be, as a child, all the way to like 17. I wanted to be a fighter pilot.
The fighter pilot?
I swear to God.
That's a cool job, and it's actually pretty hard to get. Yeah. So.
But yeah, I always loved music. I was always an artist though. Always
Right.
an artist. Started off as a drawer, painter, right?
Right.
Which I still do now. I was very talented in that, and I was just creative in different mediums, right? And then probably around middle school and high school is when I started to write poetry.
Right. I read one of your poems,
yeah.
"Delight."
That's actually a song.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the lyrics to a song, but the structure of it is very poetic, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I started writing poetry, but not consistently though. I would only write it whenever I felt compelled to. Very like inconsistent on and off. And it wasn't until 2018 where I ran into some homies that I went to high school with, and they invited me to a studio. And I just went to the studio just to have something to do because it's boring. It's boring as fucking in Montgomery. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
It's just
Don't we
nothing to
know
do.
it?
So I went just to be around the process. You know what I mean? And when I got in there, they encouraged me to write to a beat and get in the booth and try it. I did, and they loved it. You know. In retrospect, though, I think it was ass.
No, I mean,
I
yeah.
think it was trash, but for my first rap though, well, it wasn't my first rap. That ain't true. I wrote raps prior to that, but I never recorded a song. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So that was the first song I recorded, probably like 2018. Yep.
Okay.
And that's how I came to it. You know, that's how I arrived at making music. Was running into friends from high school who had a studio here.
Okay. And you mentioned Montgomery. Are you from Montgomery?
Yeah, born and raised
Born and raised?
from the Gulf.
Okay. I feel you.
Yeah.
Were there any musical? Well, you say you didn't want to be a rapper till later on, but I feel. Have you always enjoyed music?
Brother, yeah, I love music.
Is there any musical acts that influence your music, or are you just like raw?
Nah, it's definitely a lot of artists that influence what I do. I think the list is a little too long to name really, but I mean to name a few. Man, I grew up. So growing up, I didn't grow up in like a musically inclined family. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like some people, they might grow up with, their dad was a musician or something like that. That wasn't my case.
Right.
But my parents did appreciate music. I grew up in a Christian household too, so
Okay.
a lot of rap wasn't being played, but my mom was hip to the rap scene. You feel me? But my dad, he listened to a lot of jazz, a lot of funk music. So I grew up listening to George Clinton, Parliament, Funkadelic.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? I still love that shit now. My mom, she was more of a gospel R&B soul woman, right? So
Right.
everything from the Kirklands to Janet Jackson. She's a huge Michael Jackson fan. She had like a Michael Jackson shrine and shit, like a photo album where she would collect like magazine pages of Michael Jackson she ripped out.
My mom did too. Yeah, she had a lot
Stuff
of
like that.
Jackson.
You feel me? So, but she was always hip to the rap scene too. She just didn't
Oh, your mom was?
indulge in it like that because my mom, she's not a fan of the cursing. You know what I mean?
Right, I get that.
Yeah, but yeah. So I grew up loving music, but I don't think I really identified how much I loved it until maybe my 20s.
Okay. So I mean, sorry to steal your question from earlier before we started filming. Amber is asking you like, how would you describe your sound?
Oh man, to keep it a buck with you, I think it's a journey of. It's hard to describe the sound because it's still finding it. You know what I mean? I haven't been doing this very long, so I'm not afraid to say that I'm
How long have you been doing this?
consistently since 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a
since
couple
2018.
years.
But in terms of like just really keeping my head down, being serious about making music, working on a project to put it out, things of that nature, since 2020.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But in terms of the sound, very eclectic, I would say. I think I try to present. I may or may not rap about things that you haven't heard before.
Right.
But I try to present certain ideas in a way that you hadn't heard them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Whether that be through, I might rap about something really introspective over a trap beat. You know what I mean?
I get
And
that.
we're not, instrumentation where you're not used to receiving that content over that type of instrumentation.
Oh yeah.
But in terms of the sound, man, it's really there is no one sound for me, and I don't want it to be. You know what I'm saying? I want to kind of always live outside of the box and push the envelope. That's my whole thing, and I want to just challenge myself as an artist, but also challenge the listener too. So I don't have one sound. There are many sounds and many more sounds to be discovered for me. So,
What would you say your creative process is like your like a typical day for you with like if you're gonna write, like do you write like on like some people if they ride in the train or something and it just like comes to them, they might like put it in a voice memo real quick or something like that. Like is it more off the cuff or is it like structured where you sit down and say, okay, I'm going to write a song today? Like,
my critic, first of all, man, I need my treat. You know what I'm saying? I need that.
I feel that.
That content. That's a
Mary Jane.
That's a large part. That's a large part of the process. That's step one. Roll a little something up. You know what I'm saying? But I actually embodied like a very particular creative process in terms of writing raps over the last 2 years due to, I guess you could say, some uncomfortable circumstance. So to explain it to you, when I was living in my last apartment, I'm a night owl, so I would write late at night. And at the time, I didn't own any headphones or anything like that, so I would play my music out loud on my Bluetooth speaker and write to it. But of course, I'm in an apartment, so people didn't like that shit. They would hear it. I'm talking about, bro, it's like 2 a.m. and I'm beating the walls, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, I used to have niggas come to my apartment knocking on my door and shit. So I'm like, bro, I'm gonna just take it outside. So I started going to my car to write. And I would just turn that shit up as loud as it would go. Because I'm in the parking lot. Now you might hear it, but it's, it's not as loud as, it would be, right? So I started doing that. And before you know it, I was doing that for months, bro. Like I would just write in my car. In terms of like what I write with, I normally, it depends. I have notepads that I write in, some of which I carry with me different places, but I would say the vast majority of what I write is on my phone now. But when I moved back home, I went through some personal things that caused me to move back to Montgomery.
Right.
And when I moved back to Montgomery, I had to live with my parents for a while. And I'm still there now. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about that later. But
I mean, if you want to,
So I moved back with my parents, right? And like I told you, well, a couple things. So my parents are not really for the cursing. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Then I told you what is also a large part of the process.
right, that tree.
That tree. They ain't with that shit either. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So I started
Stinking up
going-
my house and
Yeah,
shit.
we got no
Yeah,
animals.
damn.
Right.
I always been 30 minutes time to get it right.
So, and the studio I go to, the studio I started going to, you can't smoke it.
Okay.
So, I would go to the studio just to have, because it was like my safe haven, right? And I would just park there, and I would just write. And there's been times where people would come and, like, the homies would come and go from the studio, and they'll come and leave, and I'm there 6 hours later. Just in my car, you know what I mean? Just writing. Yeah. So that's kind of been my creative process for the last Man, the last 3 years. Yeah. But I'm ready to switch it up, to be honest with you. I need a new routine.
Okay.
I mean, what it sounds like to me is that like the type of music that you make is more about self-discovery and
Oh, 100%.
like realization for your listeners.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you want your listeners to get from you? Like what emotion are you trying to evoke?
Truth, man. That's really what it's all predicated on. That's even what my name means.
Yeah, that was my next question. Like, what does NoR mean? What was the inspiration for that?
So to keep it blunt, NoR is really just my first name backwards. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So my name is Ron, short for Ronald, but I couldn't come up with a stage name, so I just flipped it backwards. But I'm way too detail oriented of a person to just like be okay with that simple
Yeah.
thing. So I was like, man, it needs a meaning though. You know what I mean? So I actually looked it up, and in Arabic, NoR means the light.
Oh,
or
dang.
divine light, right? And so for me, the light represents truth. You know what I mean? So I just want to ultimately just share truth share light on the truth, whatever that truth may be.
Okay.
You know, and a lot of those truths are things that we avoid talking about, things that we avoid discovering, and or things that we just simply don't talk about enough. You feel me? Yeah. So that's kind of what the music is predicated on. That's what I want to keep as the nucleus of it at all times. The truth. I don't really want to operate outside of it.
Okay.
Okay.
You know?
All right. We are off to a great start. We'll continue this conversation after this short break. All right, we are back with our interview with NoR. You have some more questions, Steph?
Yeah, actually, this is not about the music though. I'm just really peeping your whole outfit and the fact that your pants are like perfectly tailored, like, cause you're pretty tall.
Mm-hmm.
So do you you have to get this like custom made, or do you like buy them off the rack like this? Like,
Yeah, no, we ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got that type of money, bro. I just came from work before I came.
oh, I couldn't tell. I mean,
shout out to all the stars and artists that work 9 to 5 still. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I shop online.
okay.
It's hard to find clothes for me though.
Yeah, I can imagine.
From my style and my
Yeah.
size, you know what I mean?
And that's what I noticed is like that you have real style. This isn't. It's like so. Like, would you say that like that's kind of a big part of your image is like you putting together like your outfits and all? Like, do you think about that as far as like in relation to your music? Is this just like you just threw this on, or like you really think about it?
No, I don't think about it for sure.
Okay.
I think about it, but I've always been into fashion though, just from a creative standpoint, since I was a kid. You know what I mean? You know, I remember, cause when you're younger, you do things and you don't really understand why you're doing it. You just doing it because you like it. But I remember being as young as 10, 11, 12 years old, and I would buy shoes and I would switch out the shoestrings for like, remember the fat shoestrings, the fat boy shoestrings, like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put those
I used
in
to
there.
checkerboard.
Yeah.
I used to buy patches, like iron-on patches and iron them on my clothes and shit like that. So, you know, I've always had an appreciation for fashion and style. But by no means am I a materialistic person. You know, I could go without all this shit, honestly, bro. Like it's half and half. Like half of it is a real, genuine love and appreciation for fashion, right? I start with, along with my music and my personal brand, I'm starting a merch line as well.
Okay.
But then the other half of it is also like the understanding that a part of this whole rap thing is looking the part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I dress like this, but if you caught me at the store or something, I'm probably just gonna have some Crocs on or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it ain't that big of a deal to me for real.
Okay. Yeah, I feel that. I think there's definitely a way to be where you're not materialistic. You don't necessarily need all the flashy things, but still have a love for fashion. So, yeah, I feel like that's cool that you said you're you're working on like a merch line.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be on par for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm excited about it for sure.
Okay.
It's been something that's been on my mind and in the works for a long time. So hopefully we'll see the first or the beginning of that this year, 2023.
Okay. All right, so we need to look out for that then.
Yeah. It's called Vision Land, by the way.
Vision Land. I
Vision
like
Land.
that.
Oh, that's deep.
I
Because
really like
Vision
that.
Land used to be like, remember in Birmingham?
Oh,
Do you remember?
yes.
Oh, you didn't get that.
I
No, that's some
I love
big
that.
Bama shit. You know?
That is. I forgot about Vision Land.
Shout out to the crib. You know what I'm saying?
No, man. That's,
I really feel like only Alabama OGs know.
Yes.
yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
for real.
Yeah, Vision Land was definitely a treat. No.
It was.
Yeah, but the name for the brand didn't even really come from that for real. You know what I'm saying? It came from. I just kind of wanted to make sure I told you, NoR, what NoR meant,
Right.
the light and everything. So I kind of wanted to make sure that whatever I do within this space kind of runs together seamlessly in terms of meaning and all of that. So people will see probably by the time this comes out that like the NoR logo has a light bulb, like a hidden light bulb in it, and that will play off of Vision Land, like light providing vision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
no,
just,
I like subliminal stuff like that.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
No,
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to it.
that's hot.
Okay.
You got some new music coming out?
Yeah. I'm dropping. I'm gonna say the top of the year,
Top of the
first quarter. of
First
the
quarter
year.
of-
Yeah.
okay. Of this year, 2020.
Yeah.
Most
of
of
this
most
year.
of.
Yeah. So
Okay.
we should have. There should be a single or two out by the end of February.
Oh, most Steph.
Nice.
No, that's
And I'm in the process of working on two projects at the same time.
Oh.
One is a prequel to the next one. Yeah.
okay. And
So the first EP is called Sketches, and that's what I'm like really waist deep in the process of working on now.
okay, you have any collabs on it?
Yeah, there will be. Not any I can name right now though.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you.
But yeah, I got some stuff in the works for sure.
What's the process of working with other people? Like when you do collabs, like the song "Fire" is like really good, by the way. But you work with a young lady. I can't remember her name at the moment,
She.
but
Shout out She, you know what I'm saying? That's my homegirl, Rashida. She is that's one of my best friends. She lives
Most of?
from Atlanta. She's a vocalist, and she does a lot of vocals and background vocals for Earth Gang, for
Earth
cool.
Gang,
for JID.
Atlanta and Baltimore,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, she's all over those projects. She's extremely talented. Very beautiful voice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's a good writer too. So, yeah.
No, that's
How
dope.
did y'all end up meeting?
It's hard for me to even remember how I met She. Like, I think we met. I think we might have met on the gram. Like when I first moved to 211, I was trying to connect with people in the city. You know what I mean?
Well, Steph.
And I think we met just on some music shit, like just talking about music and things like that. But over the course of time, we developed a real genuine relationship. We barely talk. Well, I wasn't saying we barely talk about music. We discuss it, but it's not like the foundation of the friendship. Really.
Yeah, I know the relationship.
Okay.
But I think you asked me. That's the process of working.
Yeah, working with other individuals.
Niggas, man. Like,
You don't fuck with them niggas? Is that what you said?
Nah, but for real, like I'm picky though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, you should be.
first of all, bro, I feel like if in terms of working with other rappers, bro, I try not to make art a sport. You know what I mean? That's what I try not to do. But I can't lie, bro. Like that competitive bone is in me in terms of just the way that I approach it. So if I'm gonna work with you, first of all, before anything, you gotta have the energy gotta be right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta have a genuine connection of some sort. I don't really work with too many people strictly based off music like that. You know what I mean? So a lot of the people that I do work with, which isn't many people at all, are people that I really fuck with them as a person first.
Right.
And I think that makes the music better.
That's the best chemistry, man.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
No.
You know, but after that though, I gotta really fuck with your shit. Like I gotta really believe that you can get on the song, and if you really tap into who you are, you got the potential to bother me on this shit. You really don't, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to feel that way, because I feel that way about me. So, yeah, as long as we have those two things, man, I got a genuine connection, you know, I gotta really like what you do, and vice versa, and we go from there. Yeah. But I haven't worked with many people at this point.
Yeah, I know this.
But I'm looking forward to it, because I'm a very collaborative person, you know.
Okay.
I love to collaborate.
Out of all your music, which one is your favorite song? I could say mine is definitely Spill Street. Like
I
that.
appreciate that.
Yeah, like what you say? Keep Tommy up in case I'm in a pickle, and then you make the Rugrats reference beforehand. Like I catch stuff like that. I was like, damn.
Thank you, bro.
I was like, this dude's from Montgomery. I was confused for a second. But
I mean, my favorite songs aren't even out yet. You know,
oh man,
the music that you've heard that's out. If I'm being honest, I'm not that fond of.
what? I mean, I get that, cause like as an artist,
I've just grown so far beyond it.
No, I
You know what I'm
definitely
saying?
get
Since I
that.
put it out, but
Like as an artist, like you know, you're always trying to like make it as perfect as possible and one up it, and then like as you grow, you gradually get better.
Yeah.
So that old shit, like you know, looks like old shit. Like the older episodes of our podcast, I feel like are trash. Honestly, I'm be real. Like a lot of them,
but,
except for like a few of them. But like you know, as we get better and more experience, you know, the lighting gets better. So I definitely feel you on that.
yeah. Spill Street is special to me though. It's the intro to. Well, let me not say that. I'm speaking too far in advance because sequencing could change. But that song was recorded with the intention of being the intro to and the title track to the next project, which is called Spill Street.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
So, and that song is special because it's really just about growing up around violence. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's not my favorite song. My favorite song is not out.
I got you.
But it will be soon.
I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, no. Yeah, me too, man. You are definitely one of the greatest artists I've heard from Montgomery. Like you and Dobie, that's probably it. Like there's other, like back in the day, like you remember Deuce Comrades and you know the other. No, they were cool too, but like I don't know. I'm not gonna lie.
I still listen to Dirty, bro.
Okay. Oh man.
Whoa.
Yeah, I remember Dirty. They used to have like a little poster in a barbershop and stuff like that off Woodley Road, but. No, there are good artists. I just don't listen to like a lot of like music anymore. Like I've already like collected everything, but
why not?
Huh?
Why not?
I don't know, man. Like I was just so satisfied, you know, with like the old stuff that I didn't like, you know, feel the need to search for anything.
Oh yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
But
I think we are getting to that age where we're starting to kind of like, you know, we're settling. Yeah, because I find myself listening to the same. I feel like I'm stuck in like 2018, 2019. Like all my music is like around like stuff that came out around that time, and I have to now like make myself branch out and it used to not be like that. I mean, I had a radio show in college, and it was an underground music show, R&B, and so I was always discovering new music. But it's like, you know, it's just kind of Georgia State.
Oh shit! That's what's
up. Album 88, and yeah. So I mean, I think we're getting to that age.
Yeah, we are. But when I heard your music, because the first song I heard from you was "Run It," and when I heard that, I was like, dang, I didn't know people still rap like this no more. You know, I thought like we were done, but I was like, it was good, man. Kind of, to me, it kind of sounded like
it is hard though. That's it, fine.
Yeah, it sounded like I could kind of hear like Bun B and shit in there and stuff like that.
It's dark too.
Yeah. But it's like, you know, it's your perception, your reality, and like, you know, you can't tell you it's from Montgomery. You know, I was like, yeah, I feel that.
You know.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, so what do you think about this? I was having this debate with some friends of mine on New Year's Eve or whatever, and
someone's at the front door.
Someone's at the front door.
Yeah.
We'll take a short break.
Yeah.
Welcome back. We're continuing our interview with NoR, and Steph, I believe you had a question.
Yeah. So I was having this debate with my friends over the New Year's Eve, New Year's Eve or whatever, and we were talking about TikTok and like it's like what it's doing to what I feel like it's doing to the music industry. And I feel like it's taking away from the music, right? Like, so like, a lot of times we see like, what was it, that one song by that dude, starts with a G, but like Heartbreak Anniversary. Can I think of the name of the artist?
What is G?
G, yeah.
Heartbreak Anniversary.
Well, it was supposed to be kind of a sad song, but everybody's, dancing to it, and it's like, I feel like it's taking, sometimes I'm like, do I like this song because it's a good song, or do I like it because it's on TikTok? Yeah. And we are making artists that I feel like, and, artists that like before you'd have to work hard. And I mean, I think you still do in some ways, but like, if you like, have a catchy beat, two little bars that you can put on TikTok and get everybody to dance to, you're in. You can get signed off of that now, and I feel like real talent is being pushed to the back. So that's what I think. What do you think is happening?
I can agree with that to a degree, but I try to remain open-minded to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I also understand that I'm just becoming the old grumpy nigga that is stuck in his ways. You know what I'm saying? I don't get on TikTok like that, but I created a TikTok strictly for my music. You know what I'm saying? I haven't started utilizing it for that yet. In fact, I don't have anything posted on my TikTok right now. But I've accepted that I'm gonna have to get with the times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not afraid to admit that I don't really understand
Oh, most definitely.
Not in terms of like how to use it, but
Yeah.
I don't really understand the infatuation with
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know. But it may not be for me to understand though.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like it's when we were coming up, we had our own versions of that. You know,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to name what that is, but
I think SoundCloud. Well, maybe not.
Yeah,
SoundCloud's not that
I mean-
bad. I think it really helped a lot of the like. It helped people to find up and coming artists and like
I guess what I
Connect
mean
with
when I
fans.
say our own version, like we had things that
Like activities.
that
and
changed. No,
Well,
things that changed like the industry or like changed
like things
the way that we listen to music and consume it.
right,
Like
exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, like the downloading stuff.
yeah, no more
LimeWire.
CDs and
My boy Jeremy
getting
Murphy.
MP3 players.
Right.
So yeah.
Hook your old CD real quick.
Yeah, bro. Like I remember older people back when we were like burning CDs and shit off bad
Yeah.
shit, LimeWire.
Most
They didn't really understand what was going on like that. Bro, my mama used to make me feel like if I took music off LimeWire, like
Piracy.
FBI was
Right,
just
Yeah.
in the crib, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but you know, that was an exaggeration, but that was just because you know they weren't used to the way music was being consumed at that time.
Yeah.
I also think too though that you have to know the demographic of people that you are, you know, hearing your music towards. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't think that my music is for
The TikTok user.
high school and college kids.
Right. They're not
It
deep
could
enough.
be. I'm not saying you can't listen to it. When I was in college, I was listening to. Bro, when I was a kid, I was listening to Wu-Tang Clan. You know what I'm saying?
Most time.
Like 3 6 Mafia and all these different. So, but that ain't the average kid though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know there will be, you know, younger people listening to my shit, but it's not for them necessarily. So I ain't mad at it, you know. If I want to get them engaged, then I have to learn what they're utilizing, you know. So it's all good with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, art is, you know, it's just a perspective. It's, you know, perception. Like, you know, just like how people be walking around looking at paintings of ink blots and say, oh, this is, you know, beautiful and amazing. And like, you know, another person wouldn't understand it. Like, what the fuck is wrong with them? You know, stuff like that.
Right.
It's all, you know, perspective. And
I do think I can agree with the statement you made in terms of the real talent kind of being pushed to the back. But that's just like the rapper in me though. That's like the real art. Like I still care about the art, bro. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Right.
A lot of people they just on a whole different frequency. You know, they're sacrificing the quality of the art for other things.
Yeah.
And it's not as important to them, but you know, art is still important to me. But I'm also understanding of the fact that I don't really know shit yet, cause I'm not in the industry. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know anything about that because I'm not in it yet. I'm trying to get to that point. So I'm sure once I get a foot in the door, in the real door of like the machine,
Yeah.
like my perspective might change a little bit.
So you want to be signed? Is that what you're saying? You don't want to stay independent?
That's crazy. I don't know. I like the idea of ownership.
Same.
Simply put, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm not gonna say I wouldn't, son, but it would just have to. I feel like that's so cliche though. It would just have to make sense. Like,
Yeah.
But it would have
but
to
it would
make sense. Yeah.
It would, bro. Like, bro, I'm not about to, bro. You know how much I put into this shit. Like,
Yeah.
bro, I'm talking my own money, my time,
Right.
my experiences. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
definitely
I've been
feel
cramming 10 years worth of life experience into 3 minutes on the track.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let you pimp me, bro. Like, no, bro, you're not gonna come in and give me a wow, like, you taking 70%, I'm getting
Right.
pennies on a song, bro. That's fucking crazy. No, bro.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing
Yeah.
that. So it would have to make sense, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, that is kind of unfair. Like I've heard like
Artists
stories.
don't even really make money with their songs. They make money for performing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Nah, the
No,
industry's
that's
messed
stage,
up.
bro.
yeah,
That's really what a
tours and shit.
Yep. I had my first show last year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for the freesty though.
For what?
For the freesty, free 99.
Oh, I
ain't get paid a dime.
How did it feel though?
Great.
I bet,
Hey,
man.
bro, I was tired as fuck. Though. I didn't realize like,
You need a lot of stamina for that. Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
And my set was mad short too, but it really made me respect the artistry more. You know what I'm saying? Because the people that I'm the biggest fans of are the ones who they put the same amount of intentionality and effort into that as they do making the music. You know what I'm saying? So that's important to me. I want to be a good performer too.
Okay.
Okay, bro. You said you had a picture to paint. Tell us, tell us about yourself. You know, for this closing segment, tell us who NoR is.
Sheesh. Man, NoR is really the part of Run that Run suppresses. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Or the part of me that as Run I was afraid to be out loud for so long. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of view it as it's not a fake thing. It's very real, but you know, it's kind of like when you put a mask on and nobody knows who you are. You can kind of just wild out a little bit, and that's what NoR is for me. You know, NoR is confidence. You know, it's confidence. It's being rooted in truth.
Okay.
Just
It's deep.
not compromising any parts of myself or what I have to say because of what anyone else thinks, feels, you know what I'm saying? But as a person though, outside of the artistry, I'm just man, I'm a simple guy, but I'm far from basic though. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a son, I'm a brother, I'm a friend.
Someone's at the front door.
That happened again.
Yeah. We're running over. Want me to go get? I'll go get.
Yeah,
the
you
call.
could get her. Where'd you stop at? Your
Should I keep
friend?
going?
Yeah, let's go for
Alright.
it. Go for it.
But yeah, I'm a as a person, man, to keep it simple, I am like I said, I'm a son, I'm a brother, I'm a friend. I'm a very compassionate person. I consider myself to be an empath, right?
Right.
Highly creative. Almost any and everything that I do is to feed my inspiration. So if I'm watching a movie, like I'm enjoying the movie, but I'm also studying it too, figuring out what I could take from it, like things like that. You know, I'm an overthinker. You know
True
what I mean?
artist.
Me too.
But yeah, man, I'm just a really down to earth, cool, laid back, loving person. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to spread love for real. That's it.
Amen.
Amen.
Man. Well, good interview. We really appreciate you coming. Like,
I appreciate y'all, man. Thank
yeah,
you.
most stuff. Like, I've listened, like, especially a lot of rappers up and coming. I don't feel like nowhere as near as good as you, but you're a deeper individual. You appreciate the art. You appreciate like actual hip hop. It's not necessarily for money for you. And then like you're like a true visionary, an artist. Like it's you see a canvas. You see it as a canvas that you paint on, and as something. As a lover of like music, not just hip hop, but any music at all. Like that's all music is. It's like, the most beautiful form of expression. And to see that someone, is up and coming and who has that, it's a beautiful thing.
Thank you, bro.
So,
thank you.
We appreciate you coming. That wraps up this episode. Please tune in next week. Subscribe, do all that good stuff. I'm Randall.
I'm Stephanie.
I'm Amber.
And I'm NoR.
All right. This dude we're here interviewing today, he's known for popular hits like Run It, Spill Street, Fire. Some people know him as R2. This guy's a true poet. Let's give it up for Ron. Oh, fuck that up. Fuck, that did so good today.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Have one job.
One job. It's a lot of thinking going on.
It's okay.
And you say NoR, right? That's how you pronounce catch you.
That's 3 letters. Like, what's going on?
I mean, you could pronounce O's different. It's about, Anyway.
Crime filter, damn I miss you. We was catching splinters from building pillars just to uplift niggas. We was one and the same. Both had dreams of running the game. Turning the Malibu to the Moussain. Carving our mama a crib in our name. They killed you, but can't kill your name. You gon' live forever, that's on Cuzzo grave. When you build together, they wanna shorten your days. When you build together, they wanna shorten your. Post some liquor for my nigga on the sidewalk. We from a side of town where they don't get the dialogue. Fell asleep to sirens, niggas letting guns off. Sometimes can't help but to feel like that shit.
I know you say that you be coming home soon. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes, oh. Let me get
Niggas fresh off the block. Niggas fiends for the dough. Nigga gon' get a mop. Nigga blood on the floor. This shit he seen hurt his soul. Pills and lean just a coat. He refused to be broke. He screaming MOB, put on the bud at. Been hood rats since we were raw rats. Cap a tummy gun, case I'm in a pickle. And these bitch niggas still on they mama nipple. They be sending shots, but them bitches tickle. I be catching bodies when I write these riddles. Feeling like a Malcolm way, I'm in the middle of villain and victim. To my environment, shit can get violent. Let that bitch fly, like he a pilot. Let that bitch sing, like he keep Wyatt. Storm coming, feather changing the climate. Ears ringing from hearing them sirens. Tried to run, but the police surround them. Lay them down, nigga, right where they find them. I can feel the tears roll off my eyelids. Fuck. Post some liquor for my nigga on the sidewalk. We from a side of town where they don't get the dialogue. Fell asleep to sirens, niggas letting guns off. Sometimes can't help but to feel like that shit my fault.
I know you say that you be coming home soon. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yes, oh. Let me get
You say something, Amber?
Stephanie dad at Gigolo.
Gosh.
He's just looking for love.
Okay. But he's still Gigolo. That's always on the go. And every time turn around. How that song go?
I don't know.
Come on, we
You talking
definitely
Nick
listened to
Cannon
R. Kelly before he peed on the girl. That was R. Kelly pre-pee.
Nick Cannon and R. Kelly had a song together called Jiggle.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It was Gigolo with a lot of dough. Something.
Yeah, on the go
something.
with something by so many hoes. Dum, dum, dum.
Doom,
Oh,
doom,
no.
doom. All right. Yeah.
Okay. See. That was good talk about music. We was finna talk about music. That's great.
Yeah. That's it. It's on topic.
Yeah.
See this.
ain't gotta be my enemy for me to know. It's the ones you least expect that always do the most. Shit, I can't stay for long, bitch, I gotta go. Go, 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 go. I had to cut you off, that's it in a row. Go, 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 go. I don't trust no hoe. I'm too busy focused on my wealth, my health. Told them hit my line if they need my help, but I don't got capacity, I need to rest. Bitch, I'm back outside, you gon' need a vest. Chasing all them women, had the young nigga stressed. Don't put the muscle flex and shit to get you stretched. I'm a legend like John, got my right hand on my gun, you know it got a beam right. Just give me the green light. Fucking with your energy, it's time to go. You ain't gotta be my enemy for me to know. It's the ones you least expect that always do the most. Shit, I can't stay for long, bitch, I gotta go. Go, 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 go. I had to cut you off, that's it in a row. Go, 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 go. I don't trust no hoe. You ain't gotta be my enemy for me to know. It's the ones you least expect that always do the most. Shit, I can't stay for long, bitch, I gotta go. Go, 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 go. I had to cut you off, that's it in a row. Go, 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 go. I don't trust no hoe.
I mean, I don't know. I know the answer, but I don't really know how to like articulate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you'll figure it out. When the camera's on, suddenly it just comes.
Yeah, or you just
Or you just
look dumb as fuck. That happens.
It's fine. We won't make you look dumb though, right?
No.